Hi everyone, welcome to your Alchemy Scope. You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. Let's take a look at the energetic story that is encoded for this particular cycle. And to do that, we tap into the Sabian symbol that is encoded at the exact degree point of our Sun-Moon conjunction, which is our new moon point, which naturally begins the new monthly cycle. And traditionally, new moons are understood to be, they're known to be reflective of, symbolic of a seeding time. It's the time of the dark moon, and you seed anew, and then there is fruition then at the full moon. So what is seeding us now? The symbol for 19 degrees Libra, the point of our new moon, is a rabbi performing his duties. A beautiful symbol. You might find that you will, during this time frame, inherently have a desire, an impetus, a call to be more aligned with a matured, higher aspected self, to be a model of integrity, and to perhaps teach that to others, but even if it's not teaching, to become an embodied model of what it's like to be a more evolved version of yourself. So this is an interesting symbol, certainly spiritually based, but also in the teaching realm, and teaching happens through various ways. Hi Virgo. So let's take a look at the I Ching hexagram that came forward to reflect the energy set, the microcycle unfolding for at least the majority of Virgo-centric people over the course of this next month. You received number 21, cutting through. And the two trigrams that make up this particular I Ching hexagram are fire above, thunder below. The situation calls for confronting a tenacious knot and cutting through it. Somehow the way to harmony and unity is blocked or frustrated, perhaps by a tangle of deceit or corruption. Don't be afraid to shake things up a bit. The ability to take corrective measures when they are needed is an essential trait of true leadership. Those who bring discipline to bear must above all be honest with others and with themselves. The successful person masters the art of honesty, much as a swordsman masters fencing. When lies, delusions, and game playing are getting in the way of teamwork, a swift sword of honest action must be wielded to protect one's integrity and values. Though your actions be vigorous, they must not be hasty, severe, or arbitrary. Be sure to carefully consider all the circumstances. Virgo, welcome to your spreads for November. This is a reminder that, these scopes run in nature's cycle of new moon to new moon. So the monthly energetic cycle is based on new moon to new moon. And we just had ours on October 12th. And so this is going to run until about the middle of November. So I'm using again my Siri deck, my custom 144 card deck that I've made for my own use, my own purposes. This is my language, my communication tool with spirit, or a primary one. I have several. And we'll take a look at your Ascended Master, and we're going to pull a few different archetypal cards for you to tune into to see which one is your primary growth edge. What is it that wants to be matured through you this month? So Virgo, let's take a look. I've already shuffled, as I said before, because it can be a very long process. And I will tell you that This one was a long shuffle for you. And it's interesting when that happens because it could mean that there is potentially a lot going on, a lot of different themes for a lot of different Virgo-centric scope people out there. Whenever I'm doing the shuffle for a sign, what I'm asking is, what is the primary event, circumstance, or situation that may likely be coming forward with for at least the majority of Virgo-centric people? Okay, so let's take a look. You actually don't have a lot of extra cards, which is fine. That's just what it is this time. So let's take a look. So this is called a synchronic spread. There's the central message and then there's the quadrants of information around it. It does appear, Virgo, that for some of you out there, there is, you're going through a process where there's two things activated for you. One is there could have been for some of you out there a break or a split from a lover, from somebody who you had desire for, sexual desire for, or that you had a sexual relationship with. And it could be that that is now either disintegrating or it's broken up or there's just a break right now. But the other thing, Virgo, that it could be is that this is about your desires, like deeper desires, that it's not necessarily a lover. It's not necessarily your desire for a lover, but it could be your desires in a bigger way. And that is highly, highly activated for many, many people now. That bigger stories, you know, the bigger stories of our soul trajectory, where we want to go, is simply a massive topic for a lot of people. So it could be that you're feeling separate from your desires, that you're feeling like things are not coming together. Now, this is currently for this chapter. So the portal card here represents this current time frame. It's temporary. So at this time, this is the now card. So at this time frame, during this end of October through the first half of November, during this chapter of time, it could be that you're feeling a break, that you're feeling either a break from a lover or a break from your true desires in life, and that you're feeling defensiveness around it. You're feeling aggravated perhaps, and maybe even a little aggressive. Like you're feeling defensive around the things that aren't activated. And by the way, this could be for some of you that the sex life, for example, that you have been wanting to have be rich and connective and stimulating and delicious. It could be that you're feeling really defensive about that. You want it and it's not happening and it's frustrating. So it could be that that defensiveness, that you're ready for a beautiful sexual relationship, for that bonding, you know, for that almost, for some of you out there, for that deep, tantric, beautiful, rich, spiritual kind of bonding and relationship. Now, it's interesting because, Virgo, for you, there is a situation where mentally you're going to be thinking about how you are, like your skill set. So, for example, if we're talking about sexuality, for example, it could be that you're questioning, you're defensive because you're thinking about your own skill set with regards to not just the mechanics of sex, of course, but being in relationship or being in that kind of an intimate bond, Virgo. So it could be that your skill sets are up in your mind. Those thoughts are up in your mind and you're feeling defensive about it. You want it. It's not happening. You might have a sense, though, that it is temporary. Or you might have it that this temporary situation of it not taking place is now a deep sense of frustration for you. Very interesting. So let's go ahead. We're going to find out more information from the quality sets that are coming up for you. So let's go ahead and pull our archetype cards here, Virgo. And I'm going to lay them out upside down. And I want you to tune in to one of the three. And then I'll go ahead and shuffle the Ascended Master while you tune in. And we'll check all of it out. Because that's going to... It always does provide more information about the spread. It's always a holistic unfolding, a holistic story. So let's take a look, Virgo. So let me pull three. This is Carolyn Mrs. Archetype cards, as you know if you've tuned in before. So let's take a look. The first card for Virgo. Let's take a look at the second card for Virgo. So as you can see here, I think you can see it on camera, depending on the deck that I'm using, but 90% of the decks I use do what I call, it's right off the top, is a natural break. And I let nature break my cards for me. Sometimes they fly out of the deck, and that's another way that they break naturally. I love it when they fly out because it's, you know, there's zero question about the relevance of it or the loudness, you know, the distinct loudness that message wanted to come out. So let's take a look now at your Ascended Master. Please go ahead and tune in, Virgo, to one of these cards. Your eye will go to one, your heart will go to one. You'll just have a sense of 1, 2, or 3. And just tune into that and we'll see what wants to come for you. Let's take a look at the Ascended Master that's coming forward for Virgo. Focus upon your strengths, Apollo. This is a beautiful card. It's about really refocusing away from what's not working and moving toward what is working. And by the way, of course, we have the skills card that came up for you in the mental sector that you're going to be doubting or questioning, feeling defensive about what skills you perceive that you have or that you do not have. So this card is very specifically giving you the guidance to focus on what you do well, because you all do something, if not multitudes of things, exceedingly well. So that's what you want to focus on this month. This is a beautiful card for you. So Virgo, let's go ahead and start turning it over. So if you selected the far left card, amazing. This is the God card. Let me read it. So the lower frequency manifestation of the God card, Virgo, is despotism and cruelty using power to control people. What wants to be evolved, matured through you during this cycle, during this 30-day cycle, is benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Beautiful card. Amazing. So, God. Okay, so if you picked the center card, interesting, same color theme. So dilettante, Virgo. Let me read it again here. So dilettante. So the lower frequency manifestation, pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. The evolved manifestation of dilettante. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. So this is just about enjoyment, just doing it for the enjoyment of it. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial. So this whole quality set that's asking to be matured, if you pick the center card, is about authenticity, deep joy in what you're doing, and not masking it by pretending that you know more than you do. So this is just knowing what you know, admitting what you don't, and having fun. Gorgeous. Same color theme here. I find that interesting. So interesting. So monk, nun. So the first card is God. The third card is monk, nun. So the lower frequency manifestation, Virgo, is negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. What wants to be matured, evolved, selfless devotion, and single-minded dedication to spirit. Devotion and dedication to spirit. Very interesting this, because again, 2 out of the 3 cards are kind of into deep integrity, and actually, and dilettante is as well. So there's kind of this deep alignment factor story that is a thread throughout here. And you know, Virgo, I just want to point out the colors here as well. Look at this. So we have the orange, the gold, and the orange, kind of the pumpkin color actually. And we have this kind of slate navy blue. Very interesting that. You know, it's something that it's unusual is what I would say. So the orange, you know, typically orange has to do with creativity, and it also has to do with education. And blue is typically spirituality. So this is very interesting, the blue and the gold. Very beautiful. So Virgo, let's see what else we have for you this month. Virgo. So let's move on to the final component of your alchemy scope this month. This is the Dakini Goddess. And whenever I pull the Dakini up for you or for a sign, it is to evoke the characteristics, what to embody if you want to walk with least effort and maximal flow this month. You received number 39, Fantasia. In other words, you're meant to have fun this month. So let me read a little bit here, a very little bit actually. This month I'm really only going to read the Dakini transmission. And for those who have tuned in before, you know that there's an online library with the full PDF document that the wonderful Penny Slinger has written up. And you're free to dive deeper there if you so wish. The fun frequency ignites within her like fire, then ripples through her being like water in self-replicating effervescent bubbles. Let me read the Dakini transmission for Fantasia here. Fun is free. Fun is good. You need it now. You know you should. Have a regular dose of fun every day. I've come to ask you out to play. I'm going to read that again. Fun is free. Fun is good. You need it now. You know you should. Have a regular dose of fun every day. I've come to ask you out to play. Now, I will tell you that this is one of Penny Slinger's most simplistic, I guess is how I would categorize it, descriptions. But it is childlike, and it is very aligned with who Fantasia is. So take it with a grain of salt, Virgo, because the simplicity is perfect for this particular Dakini. Really what this is saying is go out, have fun, let loose, get out of your mind, and really enjoy like your body, enjoy the physical aspects of life. So Virgo, I wish you a wonderful month ahead, and I will talk to you again very soon.